The seductive mirage. What is future faking? Imagine being led down a path that seems full of promise, only to find it vanishes into thin air. This is the essence of future faking, a psychological illusion that can be as enchanting as it is destructive. It's a manipulative tactic where someone makes grand promises about a shared future they never intend to keep. These promises are not just casual words. They're carefully crafted to sound convincing, to make you believe in a future that feels almost within reach. The narcissist crafts a vivid fantasy of a perfect life together, designed to hook you emotionally. They paint pictures of happiness, security, and lifelong partnership, making you feel special and chosen. This isn't just lying. It's a calculated strategy to keep you invested while the reality is often neglectful or abusive. The contrast between their promises and their actions can leave you feeling confused, doubting your own perceptions. They mirror your dreams back to you, presenting themselves as the answer to everything you want. By echoing your hopes, they gain your trust and make you feel deeply understood. Promises of marriage, dream homes, or family are made not out of love, but to secure your loyalty and admiration. These visions are dangled like rewards, always just out of reach, keeping you striving for their approval. The future they describe is a mirage, always visible, never real. No matter how hard you try, it remains just beyond your grasp, shimmering with false hope. Unlike genuine setbacks, these promises are coldly calculated from the start. The intent is never to build a future, but to keep you emotionally tethered and dependent. The goal is control, to keep you compliant, hopeful, and focused on a future that never arrives. Your energy is spent waiting, hoping, and working for something that was never real. Understanding future faking is the first step to breaking free. Recognizing the pattern allows you to reclaim your power and see through the illusion. These grand visions are not about a shared future. They're a tool of manipulation. The narcissist's promises are masks, hiding their true intentions. The narcissist keeps you chasing a fantasy, distracting you from the painful reality of now. Your focus shifts from your needs to their ever-changing promises. The hope they instill becomes the very thing that traps you. But by seeing through the mirage, you can begin to find your way back to reality and to yourself. The blueprint of betrayal. Simple examples of false promises. False promises are the subtle tools of manipulation, often disguised as hope, love, or opportunity. They are the invisible threads that keep you tethered to someone who never intends to deliver what they promise. Let's look at how these empty assurances show up in everyday life. In romance, a narcissist might say, "Once I get that promotion, we'll buy your dream house by the lake." The vision is painted so vividly that you can almost feel the breeze off the water, and you start planning your future around this dream. You invest your time, your energy, and your heart, believing that happiness is just around the corner. You wait, excusing their bad behavior, believing the reward is coming, but it never does. Each day, you find new reasons to justify their delays, convincing yourself that patience will pay off. But the promised future remains just that, a promise. At work, a boss might promise, "Work extra hours now and you'll be partner when we land this client." The offer sounds like a golden ticket, and you throw yourself into the job, sacrificing evenings and weekends, hoping your loyalty will be rewarded. The promotion never materializes, but the demands never stop. You're left exhausted, wondering if your hard work will ever be recognized, while the goalpost keeps moving further away. In families, a parent might say, "Help me now and the house will be yours." You dedicate years to supporting them, believing your sacrifice will be honored. Years pass, but the will never changes. The promise fades, replaced by excuses and shifting stories, leaving you feeling betrayed by those you trusted most. The common thread: grand promises that require your sacrifice now for a reward that never comes. These pledges are designed to keep you compliant, always hoping, always waiting. The narcissist asks you to pay upfront for a product they'll never deliver. Whether it's money, time, or trust, you're always the one investing while they reap the benefits. They might talk about a vacation. "We'll go to Italy next summer," but never book a ticket. You find yourself researching destinations, making plans, but the trip never happens. Or promise therapy, "I'll start next week," but never make the call. The cycle of hope and disappointment repeats, leaving you emotionally drained. These false promises buy your patience and forgiveness while nothing changes. You forgive, you wait, and you hope, but the reality stays the same. The currency of the narcissistic relationship is empty promises. They hand out hope like confetti, but never deliver substance. You're left waiting, hoping, and giving more, while they continue their damaging behavior. The cycle repeats and your needs are always put on hold. The reward is always just out of reach, a mirage that keeps you moving forward but never lets you arrive. The perfect target. When someone seems to know exactly what you want, it's easy to believe they're the answer you've been waiting for. Why do these promises feel so real, so irresistible, even when they're too good to be true? Narcissists are masterful at tailoring their promises to your deepest desires, which they uncover during the intense love-bombing phase. They pay close attention, studying you carefully, gathering every detail about your dreams, insecurities, and fears. The future they paint is a perfect mirror of your vulnerabilities, reflecting back exactly what you long to see. If you crave commitment, they'll promise marriage and a lifelong partnership, making you feel chosen and secure. If you worry about financial stability, they'll assure you of a future free from worry, offering support and security. It feels like you finally met your soulmate, someone who truly understands and accepts you, but it's all a calculated trap. Your empathy and hope make you want to believe in them. You project your own honesty and integrity onto their words. The initial rush of attention, affection, and validation creates a powerful emotional bond, clouding your judgment and making doubts fade away. Your brain is flooded with feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin, making the fantasy seem not just possible, but real. As a result, your critical thinking fades, and you miss the red flags that might otherwise warn you. The promises feel like a natural extension of the perfect reality you're experiencing, making it even harder to question what's happening. That's why it's so hard to see the manipulation, because it's wrapped in everything you've ever wanted to believe. The shifting sands of time. How false timelines create confusion. Narcissists use vague or shifting deadlines. We'll move in together soon, to keep you waiting. When pressed for details, they accuse you of being impatient. If a specific date is set, a new crisis always pushes it back. The goalposts keep moving, and you're left in a constant state of anticipation and confusion. This cycle erodes your sense of reality and makes you question your judgment. They blame external circumstances or even you for the delays. You start to wonder if you're the problem. The false timeline keeps you focused on a future event, dictating your present actions. You put your life on hold, waiting for a future that never comes. The narcissist traps you with promises, not walls. Your life becomes a waiting game with ever-changing rules. The emotional impact of future faking is a devastating roller coaster. At first, hope and excitement fill you, sustaining you through neglect and conflict. But as promises are broken, hope turns to disappointment and confusion. Each broken promise chips away at your trust and self-esteem. You question your judgment and may even blame yourself. This cycle of hope and betrayal is emotionally exhausting, leading to learned helplessness. Over time, you lose trust in yourself and others. The long-term effects can include anxiety, depression, and a deep fear of trusting again. Future faking doesn't just break promises, it breaks your spirit. Future faking is central to narcissistic abuse, but it also appears in organized stalking. In relationships, it's used to keep you loyal and compliant, dangling dreams to ensure you endure abuse. In organized stalking, the tactic is reversed. Perpetrators hint at a future of ruin and isolation. Through threats and harassment, they create a sense of hopelessness and paranoia. The goal is to control your present by manipulating your vision of the future. Whether selling a dream or a nightmare, the tactic hijacks your ability to plan and hope. You're forced into a reactive state, always chasing or fleeing a future that never arrives. Recognizing this pattern is crucial to breaking free from psychological control. To spot future faking, focus on actions, not words. Red flag 1, grand promises with vague details. When you ask for specifics, they get defensive. A healthy partner welcomes planning, a narcissist dodges it. Watch for a mismatch between promises and present behavior. They promise stability but act recklessly or promise respect while devaluing you. Make a list, promises on one side, actions on the other. The gap will be obvious. Be wary of too good to be true promises, especially early on. Narcissists rush intimacy and commitment. Slow down and observe their follow-through. Notice patterns of moved goalposts and endless excuses. One broken promise might be a mistake. A pattern is manipulation. The cycle of excuses is designed to keep you hoping and waiting. Don't fall for it. Recognize the strategy for what it is. Awareness is your first defense. The best way to counter future faking is to ground yourself in present reality. Ask, are you happy and respected today? Keep a journal of actions, not promises, to see the truth clearly. When faced with a promise, request small, immediate steps, like opening a savings account for that trip now. Genuine people welcome practical steps. Narcissists make excuses. Set boundaries. Trust is earned by actions, not words. Say, let's talk about the trip when we're ready to book tickets. This shifts power back to you and exposes empty promises. Expect pushback, but stand firm. Ultimately, disengage from those who refuse to change. You can't fix them. The only winning move is not to play. This may mean ending the relationship or going no contact. By removing yourself, you take away their power to manipulate you with false futures. You are not to blame for falling for these tactics. Future faking preys on hope and trust, qualities that make you human, not weak. The first step to healing is self-compassion. Seek therapists who understand narcissistic abuse. They can help you rebuild trust in yourself. Support groups, online or in person, offer validation and break the isolation. Hearing others' stories helps you see the patterns and realize you're not alone. Healing takes time. Be patient and gentle with yourself. Focus on small steps and reconnect with neglected passions and friends. Build a new future based on your own dreams and actions. The beautiful future you create for yourself is real, and it's waiting for you.